Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about creating yourself, creating your ideal future. This quote is awesome. Life isn't about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself by George Bernard Shaw. Let's look at this. So we've got this present timeline. The blue dot is you in this present moment in time. And if we look at our future, you have got almost unlimited potential in your future. Your ideal future is only limited by what you believe to be possible. Now, I know that we have natural limitations to this. I could want to be a football player, as in American football player, but that's not going to happen because I've never played football. I'm 160 pounds and I'm 57. So obviously, that's not going to happen. So there's some stuff that goes into the natural limitations category. But outside of that, what are you dreaming of? What do you want to be? What's your ideal future look like? Now, here's one of the issues that we've got to take into account about our ideal future. It's this past. Our present moment, when we're looking at our future, the brain doesn't know what to look for. So it goes to the past to find out a reference point. It looks at stories, failures, successes. It looks for patterns and pattern recognition. So it can then see what to do in this moment in time to make the decision about our future. The issue with this, that little brain of yours processes about 70,000 thoughts a day. 70,000 thoughts a day. I love this. 100 billion neurons it takes to connect over 500 trillion points through synapses that travel at 300 miles an hour. It's crazy. But the big thing there, 70,000 thoughts a day, thereabouts. Excuse my dog in the background. So these thoughts, about 80% of our thoughts are in fact negative. And the sad thing is about 90% of those thoughts that we had yesterday reoccur tomorrow. So you can see that we're living in this past of all of the thoughts, failures, situations. And because it's negative, these low points is what it's going to focus on. It's going to focus on all the things we did wrong so we don't repeat those in the future. But by focusing on the things that we don't want to repeat, in fact, creates that whole cycle, and we typically lean towards repeating them again. And like I said, it focuses on the negative points there. So when we focus on our negative issues, what we do is we create a future that's based on the echoes of our past. And then our ideal future, our limitless potential, becomes limited by these echoes of our past, and we're now living in this narrow arena of where we can be. So knowing knowing that this is kind of the channel that we're going to live in if we don't do something about it. What we want to do is, you can see that I've erased the future here because we want to focus on our potential ideal future, right? And so I want you to do is reflect on what could be possible if your past thoughts, feelings, stories, and beliefs and the negative chatter didn't restrict you, right? Could you be a successful engineer, a doctor, a successful artist, a professional athlete? Could you own your own car sometime soon? Could you be committed to a college, right? So we can actually create a vision of that, create a vision of our future, which then, once we've created a vision of our future and we see where it's going, that vision, because it's a thought, our brain can't see the difference between this imagined vision and an actual past, right? It doesn't see the difference between that. And so we actually plant that in our future, in our past thinking, right, as our future self. We can cover this in a different past, but that's basically what happens. I want you to create a vision of your ideal future. I'm actually going to include links to some worksheets in this post, in this YouTube post, so you can actually work through those to create what it is that you could potentially become. Who do you want to become? Where do you want to be? This is a fantastic exercise. It will grow your confidence and help you feel better about who you are and where you want to go. And then you can do other things like positive affirmations and statements that will help you walk into that future. I attract clients with effortless ease. It's one of mine, right? And part of my future is building a company that grows to, a size where I'm dealing with 100 clients throughout the year. So you can see that I've created the vision of that. I've created some processes to step into that. We can still lean into our past, but what we want to try and lean into our past for is the positive stuff, not the negative. But it's a dangerous track to go down because our brain will focus on the negative. So try and create positive past thoughts by creating this ideal future. That's all I've got for today. I'll catch you again next week.